Yeah? All right. Okay, so we are, this is 6 lines from the top, called Hey. Line starts with on HaNefesh. So after all the various madreges that we have identified as being the source of Torah, we went all the way to Chochmah Hakduma, and then we are going beyond that. That actually this is in a Tanago Atzmi, which is higher even than Chochmah Hakduma. Tanago Atzmi, this is the way a Tanag is in the Etzem. It says Ashoy HaMelech. That's as Tainug, as we discussed last night. Tainug is Michlal Atzmus HaNefesh. Is included. When you say Atzma HaNefesh, you're included the Inyan HaTainug. As we discussed last night. That without the, somebody didn't mute the phone. Please mute your phone. Hello, please mute your phone. That an etzem without a tainug atzmi is not a true etzem altogether. Therefore, tainug is michal atzmus hanefesh. V'hu, okay, this is v'hu b'chinas hatainug ho atzmi, the atzmus ein seif. This is the bechina of tainug ho atzmi. Again, here we say bechinas hatainug ho atzmi, the atzmus ein seif. There is no way to define. We don't have words at all to define the essence of Atzmos Ein Sof. But since that Tainug is our the most extreme manner of relating to something that's Atzmi, so we say that it's a Tanago Atzmi. But we say Bechinas a Tanago Atzmi. There is not an element of Tainug in Atzmos. But there is that bechinas of Tainug, as we explained yesterday. But this, the Tainug element, the reason that we are achieving human Tainug, the Tainug is the principle of appreciating of the essential reality of this sense. In contrast, as we said, that a rock is also referred to as an etzem, but it's not an etzem at all. It's not even an entity. It doesn't have a real presence at all, a reality at all. Tainago atzmi datzmi sein sof. Uma shenikro b'tzalmein. Okay, we continue further. The fact that this is referred to by the term B'tzalmein. And what's the difficulty in the word B'tzalmein? Shehu Bechinas Tzura al Kol Ponim, which alludes to a Bechina of Tzura. Al Kol Ponim is a form of saying that regardless of to what extent the tzura is pronounced, to what extent it's a presence, al kol ponim, you can't avoid the reference to a tzura. That's what tzalmein, tzelim is a tzura. And if it is a tzura, so this is not atzmi. So how do we say that the Tainago Atzmi, this is the Tzalmeinu. But Tzalmeinu is a Tzura. Tainago Atzmi is part of the Etzim. There's no Tzura. Shleimar. So to explain that, we will say the Hine Mevur b'Makim Macher. On the basis of what's explained elsewhere in Rosh Hashanah Samach Vov. So it's explained over there, that within that level called Tainag HaPoshud Ho'atzmi, you all understand that the word Tainag HaPoshud is by definition an Atzmi. A Tainag HaPoshud means a Tainag that does not have a subject of any kind. Therefore, this is a Atzmi. This is a Tainug that is inherently a Tainug. Not a Tainug that has a cause. Then it's not Poshut. So there it is explained that within this madrega Tainag HaPoshud Ho'atzmi, yesh Beis madregas. There are two madregas, which are Tainag HaPoshud shebo b'murgosh, Uma sheloi bo b'murgosh klal. The Tainag HaPoshud that comes, which means there is an element of murgosh. It expresses itself to whatever degree there is a hergish, there is a discernible element. Masha loy bo b'murgosh klal, and then there is a Tainag HaPoshud, that madrege, that is loy bo b'murgosh klal, that does not come b'murgosh, it does not present itself at all. B'murgosh klal. This is a phenomenal statement. It's a
the root of the word murgash?
regesh, feeling.
And on Murgash, we are talking about felt internally, not revelation outside.
Right.
Okay.
A tainug that qualifies as tainug, but loy bo b'murgosh. In general, I mean, we're first getting into this, but in general, it is quite challenging, but it is necessary that we should understand that inherent reality, inherent truth, inherent ainuk, like we said yesterday, that when you are observing the world in a positive sense, what does it stand for? It stands for various activities. And what is everyone preoccupied with? To enhance and to develop oneself, to gain greater appreciation and so forth. When do you see the indelible truth, so to speak, that is therein, is when you consider it not being. Say the world should cease to be, then we say, oh, that's an impossible thing to contemplate. In other words, its reality is beyond murgash, beyond expression. Tainak haposhut shalei baba murgash. It doesn't have to be known. It doesn't have to need to be to be felt and experienced in any which way. Inherently, there is a Niyat Tainug. There's a Tainug in being what it is, like we said, although it's a bikiyumah. Right, so bikiyumah, as we explained many times recently, wants it seeks its continued being. Is not that it seeks not to be. In other words, it tries to avoid destruction, but it wants what it is. It wants to be what it is. Bikiyumah, because what it is has an inherent truth. Yes.
This is a little bit of a kasha here, but
Okay.
this way it's not felt.
Is it the kasha b'murgash or
I
like
don't know, we'll
b'murgash?
see. That it starts to sound a little stony, like a little bit like a stone that is not sensed, not even sensed unto itself. Fine, not expressed outwardly, but not sensed inwardly. I'm trying to think. To distinguish that.
Okay. When we get a cut, the wound will heal if you protect it against infection, that we spoke about many times. Along with the cut comes a certain degree of discomfort, of pain. What does this element in the nefesh react to in order to cause it to heal?
Okay, what element react to it? What is what?
The chayus, the element in the nefesh that causes it to heal,
Yeah.
that reacts to this cut.
Okay.
What does it react to? Is it the pain, or is the essential cut?
Yeah. So I guess it's not the pain as much as it sees something that needs attention.
The wholeness, right?
It re-expresses that wholeness.
Right. What is that about?
What is that about?
What's bothering you? Take a pink pill killer and forget about it. This is the answer it all today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's that a mashal for loba murgash?
There's no b'murgash. There is no. How is it? What does it react to? Something that it senses?
Well, the fact that it heals the cut is not to say that the soul inwardly doesn't have a sense of its wholeness. I sense the pain, but my soul goes ahead and heals it, you say.
Yeah, but it's not that's right. It's not b'murgash. It's not reacting to something that's b'murgash. What's the difference? There is a cut or not a cut?
To the soul, it's not a difference, but somehow it has a sense of its own wholeness, and therefore.
I'm saying this is a tainug shalei b'murgash. I mean, on a very low level.
Not baba murgash, in that it's not sensed to us nor to the soul.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
It has a tainug in being whole. In other
Being
words.
whole.
That's what initiates the healing.
Yeah.
Yesterday you were explaining
based on the nefesh, that the nefesh has a tainuk in what Eibishter made it, and you were saying you were not saying the words bobumulish, not bobumulish, but you say that soul senses the tainuk in its own being, that the Eibishter made it into what it is, and then there is a higher level in it, that there is a tainuk of the Eibishter that made it to be what it is. And that's a higher level. I thought that's equivalent to Boba Morgish and Eina Boba Morgish.
Okay.
But now what you're saying is about the whole world, like going into oblivion, and you're saying it's expressed as a Tainuk She'eina Boba Morgish. Maybe it's expressed as Tainuk.
I explained that these Mishalim are not a moshel for Tainuk Ho'asim Shel Boba Morgish. But it's a means for us to relate to some kind of reality that is not dependent on Murgash.
When you're saying this mashal now, you're referring to the world's mashal, or to
all the mishalim that we have, like even the healing of the hand.
No. But what did you say yesterday about the nefesh? It was not a mashal. You explained the concept that the nefesh has within itself a nefesh. The nefesh has within itself a tainuk in being what it is. That because of what Eibishter made it to be. Is that in the category of mashalim also?
To this, yes, because it comes from Atzmus.
Okay. Alright. So now we're trying to discuss the time of the oil itself, right?
Right.
Okay, I understand.
All right.
Can I help you?
Uh-huh.
So the way that I understood simply Tainug is the sense of the truth. Tainug of and we're saying Loi Baba Murgash, meaning there's no sense there. But what I'm getting from the mashal of the healing is that, but it's active. And if there would be no tainuk, there would be no healing.
That, again, this is on the emotional level.
So, but the tainuk, is it a sense? We just can't explain. We can't explain what it means.
Tainug Ha'atzmi Sheloi Bo Murgosh is not a sense.
But it's a davar noisaf on the etzem itself. What is that hisafa? What is that?
This, as we discussed last night, this is the truth of the self. The reason there isn't a tainug is because the self has an essential truth.
So the self is beyond truth.
What?
So the truth itself is the hisafa, the truth of the self.
Yeah.
And that's what compels that it should come out in the mushroom, in healing it, in the chutz.
We're not talking about kamada, we're talking about the tainuk inherent in the self right now. Trying to go out. All right. So it's explained over there that in Tainag HaPoshet Ho'atzmi there are two madregas. Mashe Boba Murgash, Tainag HaPoshet She Boba Murgash, Mashe Le Boba Murgash. When it's boil shop, and it's explained over there in that Hemshech Samachlo, The Bechinas HaTainug Ho'atzmi. That this Bechina of Tainug Ho'atzmi, Zehu Bechinas HaHelem Ho'atzmi the Ein Sof. This is the very same, the Helem Ho'atzmi the Ein Sof. Okay, before we go on, it is to understand Tainug clearly is not possible to understand because as you said, this is an atzmistic inyan. This is something which is higher than seichel. But we can as it says that you can speak of it in terms of what it is not. One thing in requirement in Tainug is that Tainug has an element of Ein Sof inherent in it. There's an expression that says, "Meyovet chakmeini." Meyovet chakmeini means that we learn from our enemies. That's one touch in Chassidus, which means that we can learn from the way things are. We observe it in Leumazah, we can learn how it is in Kedusha. I mentioned one time that when the advertisements want to denote, want to express, show a real vacation where you're really, really enjoying yourself. So they're showing a picture of an individual sitting almost 100% without clothes, and one hand is thrown in one direction, the other hand is thrown in another direction, one foot is in one direction, other foot, and the head is altogether floating someplace, and that leaves you to perceive what is really enjoyment, what is real pleasure. So this is on the Meyovet Hakmeini. But nevertheless, there is a reason it's being described this way. Like we said many times, somebody who is a millionaire, and he gives a lot of money, but he wants to be recognized. Where does he give the money? To charity, to a yeshiva, to a shul, something that is worthwhile. So, but he wants to be recognized. He wants that everybody should know what kind of nice person he is. So essentially, you could say, hey, this is all self-serving. But there is this redeeming factor that he appreciates, that what would give him honor when he's doing something really good. So he appreciates what's good. It's true, it's tainted a little bit. But deep down he appreciates that this is a good thing. Otherwise, he would not expect to be honored for it. So this is the same in like manner. It is a shtus, but the reason the shtus is expressed in this manner is because, in fact, that does allude to an element of Ayin.
How?
This will have to, if you don't follow, we'll have to leave it for tomorrow because time is up. So that's allude to an from Oineg. Because Oineg, by definition, means that there is an element of Ein Sof. again, take it from the opposite side. A competition is described in the world of psychology as a basic driving force behind the human pursuits. And that he will overtake the competition, he will do one better than his neighbor. This gives him a lot of pleasure. Why? Psychologically, this is because once he is one better, he is no longer threatened by the guy next door. So now he can be himself. But in fact, he cannot be himself because he's constantly on the lookout. In other words, this element that he has secured his position is constantly insecure. When is a position really secured? When it is not based on his personal achievement, when it comes from something which is infinite. Comes from something that is infinite, that is given to him Ilmaila. That really reaches the true element. There, if it's given Ilmaila, it's not really an experience. It's not really a personal achievement. And this is what the real Oina gives. And now we'll have to interrupt until Sunday morning we can do it. Okay, be well, have a good day.
I wonder what Rabbi Paltiel's travel agency would offer.
As advertisement?
No, I mean
Destinations we know.